Last week, the U.S. stock market was mostly down, but some losses were reduced by Friday. The Dow Jones went up by 0.75%, while the S&P 500 fell by 0.82%, and the Nasdaq dropped by 2.08%. On Friday, major indexes rose as investors returned to big tech stocks that had caused sell-offs earlier in the week. Positive inflation data also boosted hopes that the Federal Reserve might soon start cutting interest rates. Commodities were also down last week. Oil prices fell over 4% due to lower demand from China and hopes for a Gaza ceasefire that could ease Middle East tensions and supply worries. Gold was down nearly 1% as traders favored the dollar, waiting for more news on interest rates. Natural gas dropped 4.7%, closing at $77, mainly because of increased U.S. production. Over the weekend, a rocket attack on a soccer field in the Golan Heights resulted in the deaths of 12 teenagers and injuries to 20 others. Israel has blamed Hezbollah, which denies any involvement. The attack has increased regional tensions, leading Israel to strike Beirut and target a senior Hezbollah commander. Meanwhile, Turkish President Erdogan suggested Turkey might get involved in the Gaza conflict, though he didn't provide any specifics. In the U.S., earnings season is heating up with major tech companies like Meta, Amazon, Intel, and Apple reporting their results this week. The Fed meeting on Wednesday and the NFP and unemployment rate on Friday are likely to cause most volatility in the market. Apple will release its third quarter earnings on Thursday, August 1st. The focus will be on sales in China and updates in artificial intelligence. Some analysts predict revenue of $84.44 billion, with a 3% increase from last year, and a net income of $20.66 billion, or $1.35 per share. Concerns about slowing sales in China have affected Apple's stock. The iPhone 16 is expected in September, with new AI features in October, following Apple's iOS 18 with Apple Intelligence release and AI partnership with OpenAI. Amazon is scheduled to release its second quarter earnings on August 1st. Projections indicate an 11% revenue increase to $148.68 billion and a 65% increase in net income to $11.13 billion. Recently, Amazon has been reducing expenses by enhancing its delivery network. Ad revenue is likely to grow with new ads on Prime Video. Bank of America estimates Prime Day sales at $13.4 billion, up 10%, with new Prime signups strengthening Amazon's position in online retail. Oil prices fell to a near two-month low on Tuesday as worries grew about reduced demand from China, the largest oil importer. Traders also pulled back on risk premiums after tensions between Israel and Hezbollah didn't worsen. Moreover, uncertainty ahead of this week's OPEC meeting influenced the market, but the recent price drop suggests OPEC is unlikely to reduce production cuts. Gold prices edged up slightly after a sharp drop, as traders focused on Federal Reserve meeting and labor market data scheduled to be released on Friday. Federal Reserve held interest rates steady on Wednesday, but opened the door to reducing borrowing costs as soon as its next meeting in September, as was widely expected. Natural gas prices fell to $2.124 per million British thermal units due to increased production, oversupply, and changing demand. Demand is expected to rise with the hot weather forecast for August, which could help stabilize prices. While September futures are lower due to cooler Midwest forecasts, ongoing infrastructure developments and partnerships are set to boost the industry's capacity and global reach. The yen has surged this month, reaching a nearly three-month high of 151.945 per dollar, after starting from a 38-year low of 161.96. Official data shows that Japanese authorities spent $36.8 billion intervening in the foreign exchange market to help lift the yen from these historic lows. On Wednesday, the Bank of Japan increased interest rates to 0.25%.